It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about?
It's a Ticket Thursday today, and we've got your chance to win tickets to see Denver as they host Philadelphia on St. Patrick's Day in just 2 weeks. And what you have to do is text the keyword Iverson. Yes, Iverson, 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 right now to 303-504-0925. Text it in with your first and your last name, and you'll be entered to win. The Will Height Law Firm gives you the chance to win big, both on and off the court. Visit them at willheightwins.com. Again, this hour's keyword is Iverson.
Iverson.
We're going to announce our winner at 11:55.
Did you hear that song? Do you have any idea who sings this song?
No.
What's the name of the song, KJ?
It's called Swish.
About who?
Mike Stud.
It's by Mike. And it's about...
Oh, this is the guy that you're wearing.
It's literally, the song is about Allen Iverson.
Oh, okay. I was expecting White Iverson to come through from Post Malone, but I guess I didn't get my
Let that
choice.
breathe right there. Listen to little Mike right here. Let's go, baby.
You call this bro rap? This doesn't feel bro rap.
If you went to a concert, you'd get it. Dude, the guy's like really like my wife is obsessed with this dude. She
doesn't feel like Sammy Adams.
She would risk it all. I mean, just willing to leave me on the curb. She loves. He's good at everything. He raps well. He sings well. He's got stage presence. He's fun. He's a good dude. He's like best friends with. This actually makes him less cool. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Aaron Rodgers loves this guy.
It does make him less cool now.
Yeah, that sucked.
Makes him less cool.
Yeah, I was on a heater, and then that happened.
He fell off a cliff.
Yeah. He was a Major League Baseball pitcher for a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
For who?
Him and
Don't ask follow-up questions.
Him and Stroman,
Marcus Stroman,
yep.
yes. Former Blue Jay and National and New York Mets.
That's his legitimate best friend that they came up in baseball together.
Marcus Stroman's a little dude. Hurl the ball, but a little dude.
Yep.
11:20, we're going to get back into the Avs trade for Nicholas Waugh. A little bit of an overpay, but big-time, big-body centerman will likely be your third center. That is a fix for the big, mean, rangy Dallas defense. That's the reason why they're making this trade. They do get bigger down the middle, but they move on from a first and a fifth-round draft pick. But 11:20 means it's time for KJ's NFL Notes.
Let's go.
All right, KJ, there was a big trade in the NHL, certainly a big trade in the NFL involving a star wide receiver. Would have looked good here in Denver, but he is going to another AFC opponent.
That is correct. As a matter of fact, it is the team that the Broncos beat in the AFC divisional round this year, and that's the Buffalo Bills. That's where DJ Moore is headed after spending the last few seasons with the Chicago Bears. The official trade is DJ Moore and this year's fifth-round pick from the Chicago Bears going to Buffalo. Buffalo is sending their second-round pick to Chicago. In those 3 seasons with Chicago, DJ Moore had 244 catches for 3,012 yards and 20 touchdowns. And as some may have forgotten because it has been a while ago, DJ's most productive years were in Carolina between 2020 and 2021 with current Buffalo Bills head coach, but then OC Joe Brady. The trade obviously can't be finalized until the 2026 league year, which is next Wednesday. If you're the Broncos, why didn't you make a swing on this knowing that you didn't have to give up but a second-round pick to get him?
DJ Moore doesn't move the needle for me. I know he's a very talented player. He doesn't enter the significant upgrade over Courtland Sutton that I think the Denver Broncos need to take the next right step. It feels like a plus version. I know they're not the same player. They're not the same dimensions. But, man, you got to think about it like the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson. What is it about DJ Moore that let Ben Johnson part ways with a player of his stature?
I don't know if it's about DJ Moore. I think it's more about Luther Burden III and Rome Odunze being selected in the last 2 drafts in the first and the second round.
True.
I think they had a glut of wide receivers, and they go, I have him, and then I also have Colston Loveland, who I took in the first round last year.
Which to me would say neither Rome Odunze, who I love, or Luther Burden III have yet proven to be bona fide NFL superstars. So if you're willing to part ways with DJ Moore because you already got those guys.
Telling you that they don't think he's a bona fide superstar.
Correct.
And that's what the Broncos need.
Correct. And so to me, I wouldn't have been happy about that deal for the Broncos. For me, I will with AJ Brown. But you know why? I'm a play calling type, and I like freak shows. I like big, physical sip boys from the sip.
Uh-huh.
I like dudes that are some frisbee catching dogs.
Yes, sir.
I like dudes that can say, see ball, get ball.
He's talking about Mississippi, but the Southern Cal and the Frisbee comes out of him. He gave it away. That's
Bro,
a dead tell.
Hey, you got Frisbees? You got Frisbees in the
They're
sip?
not playing ultimate Frisbee in
I didn't
Mississippi,
say ultimate
coach.
Frisbee. I said hanging out at the park.
We'll toss a Frisbee around, but that's after we played a long day of football.
Okay, good. Nice little recreational activity. Little rehabilitation.
Coach is out here with his inline skates up and down the beach walk.
In my jorts with a fanny pack on and a see-through tank top, a fishnet tank top.
KJ, what's next?
Over the last few days, Jarrett Stidham has been in trade rumors, specifically regarding the New York Jets and their eventual quarterback competition. Nine News Broncos insider Mike Klis previewed the Broncos quarterback situation, and here's his solution during his Broncos free agency preview. Quote, I don't think Stidham should be judged on second half snowstorm alone, especially after not playing for 2 full seasons. Keep him, re-sign Ellinger, and put a legitimate number 2 quarterback competition for training camp and the preseason. I also think the Broncos should select a mid to late round quarterback in the draft that catches the eye of Peyton and or Webb, and quote. Wanted to ask you guys, do you agree that the Broncos need to keep the quarterback room as structured, and do the Broncos need to draft another young quarterback?
I don't have a problem with them drafting another QB. I'm not in the camp for move Stidham because he wasn't good enough to get it done. I'm in the camp of if someone's asking about him and you can get a 5th or a 6th rounder for that quarterback, it's all about value. And then I move on from Jarrett Stidham, I retain Sam Ellinger, and I draft a guy like, is Drew Aller going to be available in the 4th or the 5th?
Play style to Bo Nix that I believe
he's your Malik Willis to Jordan Love.
Correct.
It doesn't matter if he hasn't played in big games. Doesn't matter if he's...
Well, Jarrett Stidham, had he played in NFL games?
He played in a few, yes.
How'd he play in the big game?
Not great.
Not good enough.
I mean, even when the weather was good, he wasn't great.
But if that's the reason why you keep a guy like that, then he should have delivered in that moment, and he didn't. Like that's...
I suppose I'm putting up the question of like, would you rather have Joe Flacco back there at 42 years old?
No, I don't like 42-year-old quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown he can win games even at 42.
That doesn't feel like the Davis Webb. Like, Davis Webb and that quarterback group just feels like a bunch of young guys just hanging out, broing out, listening to Mike Stud.
And Joe ain't that guy?
Yeah, man. Just listen to Mike. I don't think that Joe Flacco's listening to Mike.
KJ, keep it going.
Charles Davis of CBS Sports and NFL.com put out a mock draft earlier this week, and he has Kenyon Sadiq slotting as far as 23rd to the Philadelphia Eagles. He also has going 26 to the Buffalo Bills wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana.
Talk dirty to me, KJ. Come on.
Let me ask you
Come
guys
on
a little
now.
hypothetical.
Don't get me fired up, man. Don't
Listen,
threaten
man,
me with a good time.
Listen, I know DMac, man. He better not be wearing sweatpants right now with the question I'm about to ask. Would you guys give up this year's first, this year's second, and next year's fourth if it meant moving up to get one of those two players?
Sadiq, yes.
Sadiq, yes. And that's where it ends for me. Sadiq.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Cooper. Like if Omar Cooper falls to you at 30, I'm like, hey, did you see the catch that he made against Penn State?
Dude, there's no way Kenyon Sadiq is falling to 23. If he falls to 23, then I'm begging the Broncos to jump up 8 spots. 8 spots isn't crazy. 30 to 22 is not difficult. That's way easier than moving up from like 15 to 7, right?
Yeah.
He's not going. Kenyon Sadiq ain't getting past like 12.
There's no way.
You said that a couple days ago,
Yeah,
right? Like, where does the top tight end in the draft go? It's in the top 15.
And none of those tight ends did what Kenyon Sadiq did at the dang combine. And it wasn't like there wasn't buzz for Kenyon Sadiq based off his film going into the combine. There was plenty of buzz minus his freak show 4.39 and 3.5 inch vertical jump or 42.5, either way.
I think it was 43.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
And 11'1" broad jump. Yeah. At 239 pounds. Yeah, that's a little bit different. That's Raj, you use the term mutant sometimes fairly loosely.
I use it a lot, and it is getting loose. I need to tighten that up.
Sadiq is poster child of mutant. He looks and runs and
RSO inside the building on St. Patrick's Day for Denver and Philadelphia, giving away tickets in just 15 minutes.
Get it in.
From right now.
Get it in.
That in as soon as you possibly can. KJ's NFL Notes are brought to you by our friends at Mountain High Appliance. That's Colorado's most complete local appliance store. They have locations in Denver, Louisville, Littleton, Colorado Springs, and Glenwood Springs. They offer every major appliance line and brand, and you can find them at mountainhighappliance.com. And if you don't get into that building and you still love Nuggets basketball, you're going to love this Altitude Plus offering. It's a free 7-day trial. Sign up today. Catch a great stretch of games, starting with the Knicks tomorrow, then Oklahoma City, the Rockets after that, and it finishes up with the San Antonio Spurs. Don't miss it. Go to altitudeplus.com/checkout and then use the promo code Altitude7. That is Altitude with the number 7. Ride the push to the playoffs on Altitude Plus. Offer ends March 14th. Subscription auto-renews after trial. Avalanche make a trade for a third centerman. Nicholas Waugh comes over from the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for a first and a fifth-round draft selection. Giving away Nuggets tickets in just a couple of minutes from right now ahead of it's a big time week for the Nuggets. Like, these 7 games are insane in terms of the statement that you have to make against the very best teams in the league. Before we get to that and then have our final thoughts on the Avalanche trade for Nicholas Waugh as a third center, 6'4", 205-pound centerman coming over from the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for a first and a fifth round draft selection. The football world lost Lou Holtz yesterday at the age of 89 years, the former longtime college football head coach with Notre Dame and Minnesota and Arkansas. He was South Carolina, I think was his last.
He was. I played
stop.
against him when he was coaching it. So a couple fun crossovers for me with Lou Holtz. It really started with my dad coaching at USC from 1989 and 1996. And Lou Holtz was, man, you want to talk about from 1988 till about 95.
Notre Dame heyday.
Oh,
with Lou
my
Holtz.
gosh, they were good. And so I was a ball boy for my dad's USC teams, and that rivalry was real. Around the time of the movie Malcolm X, and everybody was wearing Malcolm X, like X hats and X shirts and X sweatshirts, Notre Dame beat USC in the longest standing international, intra-state rivalry. So between regions, like across the country. They beat Notre Dame beat USC 10 straight years with my dad coaching at USC, and I'll never forget, the entire team came out of the locker room wearing an X on top of on their hats. They all had hats made to show, hey, we've beat you 10 times in a row on their way to the bus. It was like, whoa. And then I had a chance, my dad coached at Notre Dame the year, and my dad was hired at Notre Dame under Urban Meyer, Greg Madison, who went on to be the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. A bunch of these guys had been on Lou Holtz's staffs, and the amount of stories that I heard and the impersonation attempts at Lou Holtz were just astounding. And then lastly, probably mostly on a personal level, I, as a head coach at Western Kentucky, you go and meet with other Conference USA head coaches in like spring meetings. Man, I just immediately got close with Skip Holtz because he was the head coach at Louisiana Tech. In fact, my last game that I ever coached at Western Kentucky was a win over Louisiana Tech with Skip Holtz as the head coach. And I just love Skip. Awesome guy. You could see that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Great motivator, great ball coach, great person. And I loved the way that Skip talked about his father, just with unbelievable reverence as a great father. And of course, as one of the great college football coaches of all time, not to mention how fun he was on College Game Day.
He was great on College Game Day.
What was it, Dr. Lou?
So good on College Game Day, the 2008 College Football Hall of Fame inductee. I don't remember much at all from his coaching days. Like I remember barely him in the SEC with South Carolina. My Lou Holtz experience was waking up on Saturday mornings and seeing him with Reese Davis and the game day crew.
I mean, the heyday of it all, in my humble opinion, and I love Reese, but the heyday was tail end of Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. Drives the show. So
there are times where he just takes the reins.
He does. He just takes it over. But McAfee was a punter. He wasn't a
national championship head coach.
He was not that.
Didn't win a national title at Notre Dame. He punted for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
So yeah, it's a great life lived by Lou Holtz, and so many cool memories. In fact, that makes me want to call my dad and just reach out to him. My dad has a pretty good Lou Holtz impersonation, and so I'll definitely get on the horn with him and hear some of the old stories.
Nuggets will be back at it tonight at home against the LA Lakers, a 7:30 p.m. pregame show, 8:12 tip. You can watch it on Prime, so not on altitude this evening in terms of television, but you can listen to it right here on 92.5. It's the first of a back-to-back. They take on LA tonight, the Knicks tomorrow, and this is the first 2 games of that brutal 7-game stretch where they face the Lakers twice. They'll see the Knicks.
I like that you're playing the Lakers twice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's an equally struggling basketball team right now.
They're half a game behind you right now.
I know, but
LA's healthy.
Yeah, that's
You're not, and LA is. Half a game behind you. This is
their only
everything.
guy on their injury report is Maxi Kleber.
7 games right now. What do you expect the record to be after 7?
The remaining 7.
These 7 games.
It needs to
LA, New York, Oklahoma City, Houston, San Antonio, LA.
It needs to be greater than 500 in my opinion.
4-3 feels like it's doable.
4-3 feels doable, but I just feel like the Nuggets, in order to stabilize any hope of being able to get the 3 seed, they've got to have a winning record in these the final 7 of this 10-game daunting stretch.
This 7-game stretch between March 5th and March 14th, which is where the meat of it is, right? You see Philadelphia and Memphis and Toronto to finish it up, but the meat of this is the 7-game stretch over the course of the next 9 days. When you 5-2 is way less likely than 2-5 is. I think they go 4-3. That's my prediction, is 4-3. 1 game over 500 in a 7-game stretch. But I don't think they go 5-2. I think it is far more likely that they would go 2-5 because of the injuries, not having Peyton Watson, not having Aaron Gordon. Even when Aaron Gordon comes back, he's not going to be playing anywhere near close to 100%. 2-5 is way more on the table than 5-2 is, given how they've played recently.
I would love to see a sweep of the Los Angeles Lakers. I would love to see a home victory over the New York Knicks, whom last time out, the Nuggets did what against the Knicks? I'm trying to remember. They beat them 134 to 127.
Yeah, they lost in double overtime. That was the Jamal Murray game where Christian Brown had a huge block at the end, and then did Jamal hit free throws with no time left on the clock? I think that was what happened in that Knicks game, that double overtime victory, something like that.
I would love to see 3-0 against the Western Pacific Coast and Atlantic Coast powerhouse traditional franchises, the Lakers and the Knicks. And then, man, you got to get one against either Oklahoma City or San Antonio, just for proof of concept. You got to find a way, man, to get over that hump. Houston's playing good basketball right now. Houston's 38-22, and they are trending.
Coach, your final thoughts on what the Avs have done in their 3 trades. They bring in Brett Kulak in exchange for Sam Girard and a 2nd-round pick. They bring in Nick Blankenberg, who is essentially the same exact defenseman as Sam Girard, except he defends a little bit better. They bring him in for a 5th-rounder. And then they make the big move today, a 1st and a 5th, for their 3rd-line center, Nicolas Roy.
I think that the move still screams, all of the moves scream versatility in their lineup, getting bigger, getting a little bit nastier with the move that was made today with Nicolas Roy. But really, I still think that, man, there's something telling me there's a big move coming. Because $7 million remaining in cap space as a result of 3 moves that you made it leads me to believe there might be something big out there.
There is, however, this to think about with the Avalanche. When they signed Brent Burns to his $1 million deal, there were $3 million in incentives, all of which Burns has already hit. So he's essentially a $4 million player. If they go up against the cap and they don't build in the $3 million of cap this year, it takes away from their cap next year.
You gotta eat it.
So yeah, they've got $6.94 million in deadline space right now, but I do think the Avs are looking at the Brent Burns experiment and going, it's been a success, but we want all $104 million of the cap next season rather than 101.
Would they run it back next year with him?
They might.
If they got into some type of contract extending him at this point, would there be any type of cap saving on either side of it?
Probably not.
Not significant.
So I guess the way that I'm looking at this is instead of having $7 million in space right now, the Avs have $4 million. That does change my thought process on like another big time move happening. Because I think they want to build in that space so they don't have to pay that in terms of a cap hit next year for Brent Burns' contract this season. That's how that bonus structure works for them. So I would keep that in mind. So when they say, $7 million, it's for me, the way that I would look at this as a general manager is I don't have 7, I've got 4 to work with.
That makes complete sense. Entire sense. But I still think there might be one out there. And I think that Chris McFarland loves what he has built. I think he loves the comfort level that he has with Jared Bednar. And he wants to give Jared Bednar every single possible thing that he can have so that you don't have the same result that you've had the last 3 years, which is frankly a terribly disappointing exit in the Stanley Cup playoffs during a cup window.
Oh, yeah, it's win the West or bust. Like, you got to be in a cup final this year, man. You have to do it. And I think that's what the Nicholas Waugh, again, overpay. It was an overpay. But that's what bringing Nicholas Waugh in as your third center does.
Raj,
You look at Dallas and you go, you want to play big and heavy and mean? I just got big and heavy and mean down the middle.
when it comes down to NHL draft picks, I don't know that there is such thing as an overpay. I think it's the most fictitious draft on planet Earth, man.
Unless you're choosing in the top 5, you're right, Coach. That's going to do it for us. For Coach Sanford, for KJ Granderson behind the glass, I'm Alex Ryanemi. Thank you so much for listening. Congratulations to Greg Harmon. Greg Harmon, you are going to see the Nuggets take on the 76ers on St. Patrick's Day. Have a pint of Guinness. Enjoy yourself, my friend. If you didn't win with us, you can do so with PhD. They're coming up next for the next 3 hours. Kreckman and Lindahl from 3 to 6, and the Nuggets and the Lakers right here on 92.5, 7:30 tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 10.
I just heard it back-to-back days.
I just don't. I just
heard it back-to-back days.
I just don't. I know the old one. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy. Hey, do we have a birthday here? Yes, we have a birthday here. Birthday here. Birthday where?
Nic Roy. Yeah, the new player for the Avs is Nic Roy. Nicholas Roy. Big guy, 6'4". Big guy, big hockey guy.
Is that the defenseman or the centerman?
It's the centerman. The small guys, because how in the world could we how could we go on in life without a Lily pushing on the blue line?
Well,
so you pick up Blankenberg.
We still had some Gabriel
Landeskog?
No, what was the Gerard? We still had some
Gerard, yeah.
Gerard underwear and jock straps left over.
Right. All of his clothes will fit.
Yeah, all the old jerseys.
For Nick Blankenberg.
You know you're probably not a real big time member of the team if you still got strings of old stitching on on the back of your jersey.
I'm just happy there's still somebody on the team I can look in the eye. Maybe slightly,
Have they got
there's got to be a few hockey
Did
players.
they go out and get bigger on purpose?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not Ryan O'Reilly, it's not Kadri, so that's that. No deal yet with Val Nichushkin. We'll have Jesse Montano from Guerrilla Sports, who's, he's Mr. Hockey Guy. And Raj does a great job with all the hockey stuff as of spring, but Jesse was recently on the road with them. Dan does in the paint. Dan's a basketball guy.
Yeah, but he hates basketball, and he'd rather be doing hockey.
Dan?
Scott always accuses me of that.
Is he still doing it in the paint?
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 8 years.
Thanks for listening.
Well, where's it at now?
It's on the old digital.
Yeah, so no one's watching.
I listen to him all the time, actually.
It's on.
He actually does a great job.
It's available every second.
Right when we get to the last 5 minutes, I tune out Scott. I put on Dan on Twitch, and I listen to his show.
Take that, Scott.
Misinformation left and right. I mean, that's
Zing
the
zang.
era we live in.
Zings. Nic Roy. I don't know. He's been he was in Vegas. He was
won a cup in Vegas.
He's over there with Toronto and another deal, and the reviews I'm reading are very mixed about this sort of deal.
About who?
Nic Roy. By the way, if it's ROY in no dumb question, is it automatically Roy if you're a hockey player?
Unless you're married to Dale Evans.
For us, it is.
But that's his first name. No, last name. Is there anybody in hockey whose last name is spelled R-O-Y and it's pronounced Roy?
You just interrupt all my jokes because I would say if he can play Magdalena on the guitar, it's Roy.
Okay.
Huh?
If he's ever appeared on Hee-Haw,
what?
It's
Roy.
Roy.
Is he making a Roy Clark joke?
We're talking pre-85.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right, yeah.
We're talking maybe pre-65.
No.
Roy Clark, 70s?
This would be 70s.
Hee-Haw? Oh,
he was on the Odds Company playing Magdalena.
Dude,
have you ever heard of Roy Clark?
No, Scott.
No, I'm being very honest. Again, we could call your dad, and he's probably going to be upset with you.
Yeah, well, no, my dad doesn't expect me to know the things that he knew.
But was he not disappointed? Who was the last guy
I don't know. George Blanda.
Blanda?
Blanda?
Blanda.
You remember that old guy with the Raiders that played forever and he kicked field goals in his 40? George Blanda?
Good old Blanda.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Landeskog.
See, now let me ask you a question. Are you not having a little fun when you mess up names?
I mean, I'm just trying to be like
Scott.
Scott.
Doesn't it take off all the pressure?
Well, yeah. I mean,
isn't it more fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's way easier if you don't have to know anything.
You know what it's called when you mess up guys' names?
What's that?
Nic Roy.
Nic Roy?
Yeah, it's a Nic Roy.
All right, well, welcome here, Nic Roy and Blankenberg, and
hey, by the way,
I guess I don't know. Raj just said walking out the door that might not be it because I'm like, oh, so Val's here to stay, and he's like, why would you get rid of Val? And I was like, okay. So yeah, there you go.
You always let your bias go against
guys. because Steady's your whipping boy on the Broncos and Val's your whipping boy on the Avs.
Yeah, two different reasons, but whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand. Trying to win in sports.
What's the guy they picked up last week? The defenseman, Yakin.
Nic Roy.
What, last week? Oh, yeah.
Starts with
Kulak. Brett Kulak for CG. Yeah.
Who's actually come in and played pretty well.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay. How can you tell?
Because you watch games.
Okay, I watch every single
No,
game.
you don't. You go to every single game.
Wow.
That is true.
There's a big difference.
There's
a big difference.
You go to the game, you
every
turn on
games
Fubo,
and
you watch
every
you,
game.
you watch Stranger Things.
How else am I supposed to catch up on Stranger Things if it's not for the second intermission?
By the way, I told you yesterday on Stranger Things, like I'm still at like 2-4, 2-5, something like that. But my family's already gone through 3, so I stayed and watched like the last 3 or 4. Dude just finished up season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow!
Season 3 is in the mall, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the mall was fun.
the big creepy crawly dude.
Yeah, season
and
4.
and the Russians.
Yeah,
Harkin.
Yeah, because we build,
In-
Russian military bases under Indiana malls.
The last season's different. It's more like big Hollywood, like big CGI all the time, big fights and stuff. It's not as like
'Cause they
funny.
Well, he's getting to
But-
season 4 though.
I know I said the last.
Yeah.
That's not the last season.
What is wrong with him?
Yeah, he said.
Well, I don't know.
Season
I
5's
said the last season is different.
Oh, so we're just skipping over season 4?
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Well, I heard season 4 is great.
Let me talk to the other adult in the room.
Season 4 is dark.
Yeah, I heard it. It's a little weird, but good. Well, he's in the gulag. Hopper's in the gulag.
You be the judge.
Yeah, no,
Let us know how it goes.
He started opening the door and he goes, "Not the American." You went, "Oh, Hopper made it."
Season 5 was a little bit tired, like Game of Thrones. Like they knew they were done, and they kind of had to
And they were making enough revenue, so let's go ahead.
a little bit, unfortunately. But whatever. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I like season 3 a lot because they leaned into the 80s stuff quite a bit.
Oh, all the time.
And they're in the mall, and they kind of get away from that a little bit later on.
I mean,
and,
how many of those things in the mall have you been to? Sam Goody's?
Oh, that was just like everything.
Everything, right?
Everything. And that's like Fast Times at Ridgemont High is like the best movie of all time. And it's
They
kind of like
mentioned
that.
They got Back to the Future, right?
When the guy is recreating the Phoebe Cates moment of Fast Times in Ridgemont High, the male lifeguard with the ladies, older ladies.
Right.
One of the best scenes I've ever. And there's moving in stereo by the cars.
That's like episode 1.
I'm
right?
like, this is a unbelievable scene. Now you got to know Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Yeah.
And you got to know Phoebe Cates, and you got to know the red bikini.
I do. Believe it or not.
Do you know that?
I sure do.
Really?
Sure do.
How did that get on your radar?
Because
Yeah,
he watched the Christmas movie, Christmas Vacation.
That's about right. Yeah,
They had a flashback to that scene in Christmas Vacation.
Because I'm cultured.
I mean, the Phoebe Cates bikini scene is arguably one of the greatest scenes in any movie, any place, any time. And for Stranger Things to do a parody, but the reverse with the guy instead of the girl with the same song, I was like, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah. No.
So that one scene had me locked in for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the same. But enjoy it. Nic Roy. Meanwhile, we got a couple of new official nuggets. Man, there's a lot of heat that like AG is going to be playing tomorrow. I don't think Edelman was lying to us yesterday, but
he said he was up fully practicing today. He said they're both questionable.
Yeah.
He said, but
we just don't want to give anything away to the Knicks,
Payton
maybe.
was still working with the other guys.
Is there any advantage at all against your opponent to just like?
Yes. Well,
there is
in coaches' minds. Yes.
Well, I'm asking you in
let me ask
reality.
this. How many times in football have we talked about it? You throw a trick play in the third or fourth game in training camp because you're thinking your next 3 or 4 opponents are going to have to spend 10 or 15 minutes of practice
Throw something on film.
Against a track play. So you throw the thing is, and if you can prepare how much you can prepare, they're going to have to take part of their shoot around. If Gordon plays, he likes this. If Gordon doesn't play, then we're okay and we'll do this.
All right.
So it just takes it takes prep time away from other teams.
Okay. Well,
it's gamemanship that coaches will do until we're dead and buried.
Friday's a pretty killer day, man. It's a huge game for the Avs against Dallas. Huge double dipperoo here on the old altitude stations. And then Nuggets and the Nic Roys. And then we go tonight is a banger. Is it an altitude game tonight or not?
No, the national television.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll be watching it. I'll be like you.
What's that? At the game?
I'm just not paying attention.
So a friend of ours, Amy Graham, a pal of ours, me and my wife, we don't have a lot of friends, but we got a couple. She's shooting the first shot tonight, the Ibotta free throw thing.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so like my wife wants to go to a Nuggets game, which is, and then she was like, "Well, I could just leave, right?" Like, I guess.
By yourself? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
So you're going to take her on the light rail and show her the ropes?
Well, I'll probably drive, and I guess she'll get home if she wants to leave on the old light rail. If she wants to do that,
Or she could just take the car and you light rail home.
nah, I can light rail home too. I don't care. Either way is fine. But it's kind of cool having a pal like you got to shoot it. You shot it. You make
I
it.
did. I shot it. I made it.
Yeah. Most people just leave it short.
I got video evidence of it all, and I'm not gonna lie, I was fired up. I was nervous because I just got called out of the stands. I wasn't supposed to be the guy.
Oh, really?
I got called out of the stands.
That was like your
walked down.
first week coming over to the radio station.
No, I'd actually been here for about a year on this
Was
one.
it that long?
We did something that week also, but it was different. I was banging
You
the
were like
drums
on
and
the
stuff.
shows. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. But I'll take the money and run. Dover. He calls me up. He's like, "Hey man, somebody didn't show up.
Oh,
Can you
that's
come down here and shoot the free throw?"
funny.
No problem. Walk down there. I'm like, "Hey, can I get a warm up in or something?" He's like, "No time for a warm up."
Wow.
Like, oh my gosh. Cool part was I got to take my daughter out there. She had a friend with her. They
That's
got to
awesome.
come out there, hang out. I made that bucket and I turned around and I celebrated like I won the Super Bowl.
I got to say, I'm impressed.
I was nervous.
I'm sure everybody's nervous. And
Harder to do. Throw a strike on a first pitch or make that free throw.
throw a strike on the first pitch.
You think that's harder?
Oh, hell yes.
Fastball down the pipe.
Yeah, that's harder to do than the free throw. The free throw, come on, man. You just got to get it in the region. It can drop
Yeah,
in.
but they use a rubber ball, so it's more air. It's less.
Yeah, but first
less
pitch,
grippy.
you don't have to necessarily throw from the mound.
But he's asking, are you okay from the mound
Well, I
or
mean,
from 10
how
feet
many-
away?
how many
I
celebrities-
assumed you meant the mound.
How many celebrities now do they bring up and they stand like 10 feet
Right.
in front of
Well,
the
all
mound?
right, that doesn't count. I mean, I'm assuming it's from the mound. We have breaking Broncos news.
What's that?
Alex Palczewski has signed a 2-year deal.
Okay.
So does that mean bad news for Ben Powers?
Ben Powers is on the market. I mean, he's out there. He's available. It would appear the Broncos are trying to move on from two guys right now: Ben Powers and Jared Stidham. Jared Stidham's got $6 billion, and Ben Powers has got a negative value on the dead cap of like 9 or whatever it was. So
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessarily means for sure that Ben Powers is gone, but Ben Powers is available.
Okay. Well, we'll follow that story as it goes.
Does that mean Palczewski did a good enough job? They feel he can fill in there?
So I'm doing a 2-year deal.
Palczewski is an acceptable Band-Aid. That's what he is. He's a got the job done kind of guy, not a
So-
sexy kind of guy.
Does that mean, we can discuss it, Palczewski's your Band-Aid guy, but look for a guard to be drafted in this upcoming
Maybe.
draft?
Do not be surprised. All right, we got our guy Jesse. He'll give us Nic Roy.
I got to go Nick Wall right now.
Okay. Also, we'll have our talk about the Nuggets. We got a keyword for you coming up. Great day, great show, locked and loaded. PhD here on 92.5.
Hey guys, if you're out there struggling with hair loss, whether that's a bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning hair, do yourself a favor, pick up the phone, call my friends over at Advanced Hair Restoration today, and ask about their Advanced FUE. Nobody can offer anything like the Advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair Restoration. They've already changed tens of thousands of lives, and that includes mine, and you deserve to be the next one. Guys, when you go to Advanced Hair, you're going to be in a calm and relaxed environment with the best of the best. Dr. Tanya Pauls is legendary. The entire staff at Advanced Hair Restoration, fantastic at what they do. And they believe in what they do. Guys, they believe in what they do so much that they're going to guarantee your hair is going to grow for life. Lifetime guarantee with your own natural hair starting to regrow the very next day. So don't waste time. Call Advanced Hair Restoration at 720-459-HAIR. You're going to get 250 free hair grafts and $250 off, but that is a limited time offer. Or check out those before and after photos at advancedhair.com.
It's a Ticket Thursday, y'all. We have your chance to win tickets to go see Denver as they host Philadelphia on St. Patrick's Day in 2 weeks. Text the keyword Drago. Drago, D-R-A-G-O. Right now, 303-504-0925 with your first and last name, and you're entered. The Wilhite Law Firm gives you the chance to win big on and off the court. Visit them at wilhitewins.com. Again, this hour's keyword, Drago. We'll announce our winner at 2:55. Good luck.
Olsen, Waugh. Thomas pries it out of there but can't clear. Trangelo to Theodore. Wrist shot. Score! Deflected in front. Waugh was on the doorstep. And the Golden Knights are up by 2.
Alone in front. All the Blues are not watching the front of the net. Suter's there, but two players as Nic Roy goes to the front. Theodore just puts a nice tippable puck in there. Both him and Olsen as Roy gets a stick on it to knock it down past Binnington.
Our guy, Jesse Montano from Guerrilla Sports, who was on the road in Southern California. Jesse, are you back home or are you in Dallas?
I'm actually heading to the airport. I'm heading to LAX here in just a couple minutes.
All right. Well, you'll be following the Avalanche. You have a couple of new players. Let's talk about Nic Roy and what he brings to the table. Seems to be some interesting mixed reviews on this one, Jesse.
So where I think the mixed reviews are coming from, DMac, on this is the cost. And look, I'll just be honest for myself. Definitely a little bit more than maybe I was expecting. You pay for a player like Nic Roy, but I have seen some folks saying the center position. Teams understand that is such you have to have depth there if you want to go on a deep run. And you look at the two teams that have won the Stanley Cup since the Avs did in 2022, and they both had really key contributing third lines, as did the Avs in 22. So, yeah, maybe this is a bit of a premium, but there's not a lot happening right now. It sounds like prices are high, and the Avs paid what they felt was necessary to get a guy in Nic Roy who, look, he's not Connor McDavid, right? He's not gonna blow you away with his foot speed out there. But this is a smart player, big body, really strong in his own end, tough to play against. Not in the sense that we're gonna see him, blowing guys up and putting guys into the third row with every hit. But he's gonna make life difficult on the forecheck, on other teams in the Avs defensive zone. He's gonna kill some penalties. So this is a player that if the Avs go on a deep run, I expect we'll have several moments over the course of a playoff run where it's like, whoa, that was a big play from Nic Roy. That was a big defensive zone stand from Nic Roy. So I get why the Avs did it. Like I said, maybe a little bit rich in terms of what you paid, but I'm still reserving judgment on the entirety of it till we see where everything lands, tomorrow afternoon.
Well, DMac was talking yesterday about the Broncos, about they need little boxes filled. This is filling a little box or two, what the Avs have done so far, don't you think?
100%. And yeah, it's maybe not the big swing that maybe people are hoping for, but you're spot on. It checks a lot of boxes that, as good as they've been, they didn't have checked when we all woke up this morning before this trade was made. So no, I 100% agree with that.
Okay, so why is this a better move than O'Reilly and Kadri?
So for one,
the throat clear, Jesse. We're getting the throat clear before the answer. All right, go ahead.
Well, for one, it costs you less than what those guys would cost, and two, it's $3 million on your cap this year and next. So he's less against your cap, and here's the one thing I'm going to say. I don't necessarily know that they're done in that department.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Just based on stuff that I've heard, and look, I just sent a tweet on this about 30 minutes ago. This front office is notorious, guys, for doing stuff that nobody is looking at, nobody's talking about, and making some swings that maybe aren't super obvious. So, look, here's the other reason why I think they're not done. Go through and count up the amount of forwards the Avs have on their roster right now once guys are healthy. It's 15. you play 12 in a game. So you got too many forwards. I think I think there's a chance that Ross Colton could still be on the move between now and tomorrow. I think Jack Drury could potentially be on the move between now and tomorrow. Look, there has been some buzz that I've been able to at least corroborate to a certain extent that maybe Val Nichushkin's name is out there a little bit. So I think it's far from a guarantee that this is the Avs have done this and they're not going to pursue, any other big names. But I do think you're at a point where if this is where you end up with your 3C, I think you paid a price for it that would be less than those other two guys maybe that you listed. It's going to give you more flexibility against your cap. And just like Scott said, this is a guy that still checks a lot of boxes that the Avs needed checked.
So how do you feel about the Val deal?
It obviously depends on what they get in return and where he goes and stuff like that. But look, I think when Val Nichushkin is playing at 100% and he's healthy and all that stuff, I think he's an elite winger in the NHL. The issue is he's not healthy very often. He's really kind of having a down year. And then look, fairly or unfairly, it is really hard to look past the two playoff, I don't know what you want to call them, blunders, I think is maybe being super generous, of where, he kind of left the team high and dry. So I think there's maybe just several things that have come together here where the Avs are saying, hey, if the price is right, maybe it is time to move on and start clean. So like I said, I think that's a really high-end player when you've got him and he's going at 100%. It just feels like we haven't seen that very often since 2022.
Do the Avalanche have an obligation to keep players on the team that are the same height as me and you when they acquire Nick Blankenburg?
Hey, I appreciate it, right? We got him. We got Brindley now.
Brindley short too, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I always appreciate when they bring in the undersized guy. But, look, it's funny. I think that the Blankenburg deal is a really nice bit of business. You pay a fifth-round pick for a guy that's going to be your seventh defenseman who was quarterbacking the power play in Nashville, has been an every-night guy for them this year, and plays a style that the Avs really like to play. So he's probably not going to be an every-night guy right away, but just like what we saw in 22 when Sam Girard got hurt, Jack Johnson stepped in, and you really didn't feel like you missed a beat. So the Blankenburg deal, that's a really nice bit of business for the Avs front office. It costs them basically nothing. That's a really quality player you got to be your extra defenseman.
Odds the Avs make a deal, like 1 to 10. 10 being yes, 1 being no way.
Make a deal for what? Just another deal in general?
Yep. One more. 10. Wow.
Yeah.
10.
I don't think they're done. I don't think
And
they're
they got till tomorrow at 2:00. Is that right?
Yep. Tomorrow afternoon, and the Avs also own the current longest streak in the NHL for making a trade on deadline day. So they have made trades on deadline day, I believe, going back over 10 years now.
Wow, fun stats. Yeah.
So they've still got more up their sleeve, and like I said, they have too many forwards. You got Kiviranta, Brindley, and Bardakov all as extras right now. And so I almost look at this and say they're going to have to make a move. I'm not sure where or what it is that they're going to do with those guys, but you got too many guys. And I think this team still has at least a move up their sleeve, if not a couple, maybe one being, a depth one, organizational prospect swap or something like that. But they'll be active again.
All right, Jess, enjoy the bloodbath in Dallas tomorrow. That is going to be an awesome game. Can't wait for that one. So enjoy that one.
I'm getting on my plane at 4 o'clock Pacific time. So if you guys are looking for the trade to come, it's probably going to happen right around then.
All right, pal. We'll catch up with you. Thank you, Jesse.
Appreciate it, boys.
Jesse from Gorilla Sports. All right.
One more. Travels an NHL guy.
Well,
as much as they can. Good for them.
Yeah.
So. Avalanche make moves every year, man.
Apparently
they make moves.
Who knew?
Not a singular move. They make moves that impact their team significantly.
Well, for Jesse to say that, talk about a fun stat. For 10 years in a row on the final day of the trade deadline, the Avs have made a move. That's pretty wild. So I guess you would expect them to have one more up their sleeve. So we'll stay tuned for all your Avalanche news. You can hear the game right here on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. You can roll up your sleeves for Vitalant, Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can roll them sleeves up. I mean, to give that blood.
Do you know what's going on in the month of March?
Well, talk to me,
Scott. They've hooked up with the Nuggets, and they're trying to bring awareness to get some donation. And so this month right now, if you Vitalant, which is, again, I say it looks like it's pronounced Vitalant, at least if you're from Kansas, but it's Vitalant, Vitalant. Sign up now, get on board. You can get online real easy to do. They got an app you can actually drop in as well. But if you get on the schedule, donate blood, you'll be in the drawing to win a autographed Nuggets jersey this month, trying to bring awareness in the month of March. Always needed blood donations. Go to Vitalant. Go to Vitalant.org/Denver Nuggets for more info and to schedule your blood donation today.
Just say go to.
Vitalant.
Then I'm going to fill it in for you.
Go to Vitalant.org/Denver Nuggets.
Did the Broncos miss out on DJ Moore, Tyler?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Every time I see one of these deals go down, I think the Bears got fleeced to this deal. DJ Moore is a phenomenal football player. Now, I'll say the Bears do have a plethora of playmakers. They've got the opposite of the Denver Broncos problem. They've got a plethora of it, which is why DJ Moore was available. But what they got in exchange for him, they got a second rounder, and in exchange, they gave up DJ Moore and a fifth rounder.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't that much, dude. That ain't that much for a player like DJ Moore. I absolutely would have loved to see the Broncos in on that.
But I heard Cosmider, I think last night with Andy and with Nate and the Nunchuck.
And the Nunchuck, yeah.
Say that I think people keep hearing it, but they keep sleeping on that the Broncos actually really do like their receiver room.
Well, it was interesting yesterday to hear that there was a possibility Stephon Diggs could have been a Denver Bronco last year, but instead chose Buffalo. That. Okay, so you were interested in Stephon Diggs. DJ Moore is a pretty talented dude. There was a price to be paid for him, and the Broncos aren't pulling that trigger.
Well, again,
what changed?
You've got a general manager who loves his draft picks, and for him, I'm sure 2 is really super high. They like their receiver core, and who knows, maybe they offered a third and a swap of fifth rounds next year, and maybe somebody. But they said we want a 2, and you listen. One thing it seems like George Payton says is you're only getting to get this draft pick. You're gonna have to pry it out of my cold dead hands.
Well, you know what? That's fine, and that's cool. But the problem is you got a need at playmaker. Okay, you got that need. And George, I would ask you if that's true. If you're coveting the draft picks more than the players themselves, I would ask, well, what's the plan to upgrade the wide receiver room? Sean did give us his 3 musts. And wide receiver was not on that list.
No, it was not.
Okay, so his 3 musts were tight end, linebacker, and running back. And wide receiver didn't make that cut. Wide receiver upgrade for me is a must. That's an absolute must. I think what we're really learning more than anything else, the Broncos just like their wide receiver core more than the average fan does.
But you say this is a swing and a miss for the Broncos.
Absolutely.
Should have been in on this one.
That's not the Bears got fleeced.
A second, and you have to get
a
fifth back. Yeah. Okay.
A second and more, and they get a fifth. Well, they get a second. They get a second, and you give away more and a fifth.
I mean, that's kind of a nice deal for the Bills who just let go of Stephon Diggs to pick up DJ Moore the next day. That's some slick little maneuver in there for Josh Allen and company. So, okay, just doing a heat check here. And no interest now in Stephon Diggs. Nobody has interest in him now, right?
No.
Because it's just too much.
And, dude, he's basically talked his way out of every other place he's gone to. I got a problem with our guy in Philadelphia.
All right. Are we backing up the Brinks truck then for Alec Pierce? Are we doing it?
I like him, but I don't think Tyler likes him at $27-30 million.
Well, I like Alec Pierce a lot. And if you're telling me that you're not going to make a trade because you value the draft picks, George Payton, then I would say that's the only option you got, and you probably should add him.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get A.J. Brown unless you give up draft picks and some value. There's no doubt about it.
We really
or you can just pay for it.
Do we really want A.J. Brown?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do. Absolutely.
So he had a problem with the quarterback last year. Do you think he ain't going to have a problem with this quarterback?
Scott,
is there a big difference between the 2 quarterbacks?
Find me a wide receiver not named DJ Moore, because that might have been the exception. Find me a wide receiver not named DJ Moore that you don't have headache problems with.
I'm not saying headache, bro. I mean, it was an out-and-out fist fight almost between he and the quarterback because he didn't think the quarterback could get it to him.
Well, good thing we got a guy. Huh? Good thing we got a guy that can get him the ball. Huh?
Really?
Huh? Huh, Scott?
Okay. Marvin Mims says, call me first.
We do want to congratulate Bo and Izzy Nix. It was revealed yesterday, they announced it, that on February 25th, which is Bo Nix's 26th birthday, they had their first child, Riley Bell Nix, 6 pounds and change, happy and healthy, and congratulations to the Nix family as they are now parents. How about that? And that's the way to do it. That's how you have a kid, right in the off season. Just, Bo's got that mapped out. He's not letting that one slip past him. So congratulations to Bo and Izzy Nix.
Good on them.
See that you guys are overjoyed by that news, but
life goes on, brother.
There you go. All right, well, we'll follow everything going on with the.
Did you say it's a little girl or a boy?
It's a little girl, Izzy Bell. Riley Bell.
Izzy with Izzy.
Izzy. No, Riley Bell. And
that's a cool name. Cool name.
Some very cool pictures put out by them, and congratulations. So there you go. Fill up one of them rooms there in Castle Pines. So way to go, Bo. Dad. It's grown up before our very eyes. The first family of the new prince and princess of Westeros, of Denver sports. It's like,
Yeah, could have been Tyrion and Sansa, but no.
Was Tyrion and Sansa ever really gonna? I mean, he saved her bacon on more than one occasion.
Neither one of them really wanted this.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a crazy forced marriage, and I didn't see, little Tyrions running around, or littler Tyrions.
Well, he refused, remember?
Well, he was being a nice guy to Sansa. After Joffrey, what a pig he was. He got what he deserved.
Right.
Yeah, and then his brother just said, well, I'll take this step. Whoops. Oh, well. They're a mess there, man. And the dad on the toilet. Tyrion got his. Jamie and, what's her face? They're having kids left and right. That, let's not talk about that. Seriously, who's writing this stuff?
You got to have a pretty sick mind for it, don't you?
I mean, you got to have a weird little imagination, man. There was a lot of Friday nights for George R. Martin at home alone. That's what I'm figuring out. Yeah, I'll do this with my sister.
If you go back and read the Dragon books, like the prequel to Game of Thrones, it's all about incest.
Fantastic. Again, congratulations to Bo and Izzy. It's PhD here on 92.5. What's going on? It's DMac for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Low T affects a lot of men. Mid to upper 30s start losing 2 to 3% of that testosterone. Then, I don't know. Time goes on. You're just not sleeping good. The love life is the gym. I don't know. It's all that sort of stuff. It might just be low T. Well, at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they can get you going where you used to be. And they're helping men like you go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. It's designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With the low T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice real improvements, more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. So here you go. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
All right, 303-504-0925. I got a new match game for you guys, Lakers match game, in honor of the big game tonight. So we do need a contestant. You win nothing, of course, but it's just for fun. And it's 303-504-0925. So we'll give it a second, see if anybody wants to win nothing.
Win what?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Sorry, I'm still a rookie at this. So I'm waiting and see if somebody calls. While we do that, Denver golfers, it's time for the Colorado Golf Expo, and it's better than ever. Tomorrow through Sunday, the 8th, at the National Western Center, loaded with gear, techs, simulators, and a full indoor driving range and free parking. We'll be broadcasting live at the National Western Center tomorrow, so come on by and say hi. And it's supposed to be a little snowy, so I think that's good. Instead of being out on the golf course like you'd be today, you can start thinking about golf and be inside on a snowy day.
It's tomorrow Friday? Yeah, Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday. Or are you thinking about what the weather is in Utah today?
No, I'm thinking about what the weather is on Saturday when I have 2 outdoor soccer games.
You're gonna be okay. Apparently, this is just a
quick hitter, in and out.
Yeah,
They're supposed to
Like
get
you on a Friday night.
supposed to get like a foot in the mountains. Like
well, is your soccer tournament in the mountains?
I was thinking about going skiing because of that.
Well, there you go.
That would be fun, no doubt about it. All right, we got a contestant here. Let's go to Lee. Hi, Lee. How are you? Lee, are you there?
I'm here.
Lee, tell us about yourself.
Love talking sports. Denver native, Broncos, Nuggets, Avs, Rockies, even the Outlaws, lacrosse, baby. Let's go.
Oh, okay. There you go, buddy.
All right.
You're on the right station, my friend.
Scott, do you want to explain how the game works to Lee?
Well, right now, there's an old game back in the 70s called Match Game. Darren will read you a sentence with a blank at the end. You fill in the blank. And if you get that right and match any of our celebrity contestants, you'll win absolutely nothing.
All right. I see you are the master at this. All right, Dan, got a sheet of paper? Scott, paper, pen? You guys good to go?
Got a pen, got a paper.
All right, we'll see if we're
got a brain.
We're better at part of this. All right, Lee, you ready?
Lee.
The Lakers are so bad.
How bad are they?
Their new ownership will blank the team. The Lakers are so bad, their new ownership will blank the team. I'll give everybody a second to write down their answers. Lee, you tell me when you're ready.
I think I'm ready.
Now, I understand we have FCC rules here, Lee, so we're not looking for dirty words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did lead us down that path, didn't you?
All right.
You let us write down the 4-letter word path.
I know we did, but, just making sure. All right, Dan, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tyler, you good?
I'm in.
Scotty, you good?
Yeah.
Lee's
All
not
right.
going to say what I said.
Lee, what is your answer?
I'm going to say they're going to sell the team.
The new ownership is going to turn around and sell the team. All right, let's see if you matched anybody. Dan, what'd you say?
I said sell.
Sell! Tyler!
I said give LeBron a raise.
Give LeBron a raise. Scott.
Sleep with.
Sleep with the team.
Wait, now say the whole thing. Say the whole thing. The Lakers are so bad.
Their new ownership will sleep with the team.
Well, you did have one of the owners sleep with the head coach for a while.
All right. All right, go on to question number 2. You ready, Lee?
Let's go.
All right. AG's hamstring is so good.
How good is it?
He will blank on Friday. AG's hamstring is so good, he will blank on Friday, which is a big sort of...
Friday.
Wait, don't say that right now.
If it's a Laker thing, you
don't lead the
shouldn't
way.
be should blank
Why
on Thursday.
are you trying to lead the
I
witness
know,
right
I
now?
said Friday, though. It's just this Lakers match game. Don't worry about the rules. You're a celebrity. You're Charles Nelson Riley. Don't worry about it. Dan, Lee, what's your answer?
I'm going to say he will play.
Play! Dan, what'd you write?
I said dunk.
Dunk on Friday. Tyler, you said?
Play.
Play! It's a match! And Scott, you wrote?
Play.
Play. All right. Everybody, do we all really think that? Do we?
I think he'll play Thursday and not Friday, actually.
Oh, you think he's going tonight?
Well, since it's Laker, you said Laker
Yeah, I
match
know, but
game.
you think Aaron-
Lakers is tonight.
So you think Aaron Gordon's going to play tonight?
Yeah.
Really?
But if he does, he won't play tomorrow.
You think he's going to go tonight, huh?
I'm just, why not?
Okay. All right. All right. Last one. You ready there, Lee?
Let's go.
LeBron James is so old.
How old is
he?
He blows blank out on his birthday cake. He is so old, he blows blank out on his birthday cake. Lee, you got to turn your radio down there, brah. Braham.
Sorry, bro.
It's all right, brah. It's okay, brah. LeBron is so old, he blows blank out on his birthday cake.
Got it. I'm dialed. I'm locked in.
Good?
Good.
Dan, you good?
Good.
All right, Lee, what's your answer?
I'm going to say he blows smoke.
Smoke. All right. He blows smoke out on his birthday. Dan, what did you write?
I said Metamucil.
Metamucil on his birthday
That's pretty good.
cake.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Tyler.
Snot.
Snot's out on his birthday cake.
Dust.
Dust. There you go. Very good. Way to go. Nobody matched Lee. But Lee did match somebody earlier.
2 matches, yeah.
And so why didn't you tell Lee?
Well, Lee, thank you for participating. First of all, please Wait 30 days before you win our next contest, where you won today absolutely nothing.
Thank you, Lee.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Greatest game of mankind. It's a good game. It's a good
I
game.
don't need a marketing department.
That's so funny. What prizes? We actually had multiple people that wanted to win nothing.
They usually do.
That's
If
crazy.
you set up the tees right,
Really?
they love
Seriously?
that don't win nothing.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me get rid of this music here. All right. Seriously, what do you think goes on with our injured Nuggets over the next couple days?
I think there's a chance one of them plays today. I think one of them plays each day, but not the same on both days.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
Or I think they. Oh, Jiminy. If everything goes well, I think maybe they both play on Monday.
Okay. Well, in the brawl, in the
Yeah.
the loop.
In the what's it called in wrestling when you got everybody fighting?
Oh, the cage match.
No,
Gosh darn it.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah. 26 guys in the ring. You know,
Yeah.
last guy
you
wins.
have to go over the top ring. And
Right.
stuff. I think it's Royal Rumble.
We're gonna have a ladder match.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how do you feel about that? You think it's time? You think we're feeling good?
Well, we're right around that time limit that David put. I loved his adjustment on before the Utah game. He went from 20 to 15, right? But I think it's about time. We're hearing good reports on both of it. ESPN just put a report on, showed Gordon on there. I don't know what they're saying, obviously. So some news is leaking out that he's been playing and practicing a little bit.
We saw some video, our guy Vic Lombardi and others, but Vic did post some video of him playing little games with the assistants. Looked, relatively vigorous,
That's not LeBron James. That's who he covers a lot of.
Gotcha. But
So we'll see.
like the video that we saw of AG was simply pivot, cross, step back, shoot. So there is some explosion in those quick moves, right? And he seemed to be able to do that absolutely positively no problem. Peyton Watson on the same timeline?
Well, again, we had David on yesterday, and he said he hadn't progressed to that much playing as he did, so he may be a day or two behind him.
Meanwhile, we have Tyus Jones, who was officially announced today, and David Roddy. Tamar Bates, by the way, did get cut. They let him go, and he unfortunately was pretty good in summer ball and just got hurt and just really couldn't get it going. So only room for so many guys on the ship. So
And he could be a guy that comes back for their summer league team and see if he can earn another spot.
okay, and we're gonna see either Tyus Jones or David Roddy play tonight, or we just getting them up to speed?
I think Tyus will be up to speed quicker just because guards usually do, but I think Roddy's been around long enough. I'd be surprised if they both aren't kind of available, to be honest with you. It also depends if Spencer Jones playing or not.
I would assume he's not, but I don't know.
Well, Spencer
we
Jones-
should look. There's probably a little probable
If Spencer
questionable.
Jones is not, then I think you may see Roddy suiting up tonight.
Well, 7:30 is the pregame. It's Nuggets at the Lakers. You can hear the game itself right here on Altitude Sports Radio 92.5. Avs always stay so active, don't they, guys? It is something, man. They are they're always moving and grooving. They were their Stanley Cup year. They were adding pieces right up until the deadline in that year too. So this is just kind of what they do.
They're fun to watch. You have to pay attention to them. for a league that is so more so, I feel like than any of the other leagues, cap conscious because it rotates every day. Like your cap doesn't go. Broncos have 175, and that's through 17 games. Broncos or Avs, you go over today, but you can't do that, and the thing just always is moving. So they're aggressive, man. They what you're going to have to do inevitably, you might as well do immediately, and they're not afraid. You know what they do? Let's see if Tyler believes this. One of the biggest mistakes I think general